The House will be in order. The chair lays before the House a communication from the Speaker.
The Speaker's Rooms, Washington, D.C., December 31st, 2024. I hereby appoint the Honorable Patrick T. McHenry to act as Speaker pro tempore on this day. Signed, Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House of Representatives.
The prayer will be offered by Chaplain Kibben.
Would you pray with me? This is the day, the year you, O Lord, have made. As we consider all that has taken place, may we find reason to rejoice and be glad. For by your grace you have fulfilled your promises and guided us on the paths toward our future. As we reflect on the year that has been 2024, we are keen to acknowledge that each moment has been a gift that you desired us to enjoy. Each challenge was an opportunity which you strengthened us to overcome. Each disappointment was a siren to return to faith in your mercy. And each encounter was a graced gift given that we would share the unconditional love you offer us all. Such a graced gift was the life and witness of former President Carter, in whom we have borne testimony to what it means to be a faithful steward of your bounty, a just arbiter of your commandments, a compassionate witness to your kindness, and a worthy disciple to your gospel of love. We give you our gratitude for your abiding presence in the midst of all our hopes and fears of this past year, and we offer our future to your keeping, praying in the strength of your name. Amen.
Pursuant to Section 3Z of House Resolution 5, the Journal of the Last Day's proceedings is approved. The chair will lead the House in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The chair lays before the House a communication.
The Honorable the Speaker, House of Representatives, sir. Pursuant to Section 1238B3 of the Floyd D. Spence National Defense Authorization Act of Fiscal Year 2001, 22 U.S.C. 7002, as amended, I am pleased to appoint the following individual to the United States-China Economic and Security Review Commission, effective January 1, 2025. Ms. Reva B. Price of Chevy Chase, Maryland. Signed sincerely, Hakeem Jeffries, Democratic Leader.
The chair lays before the House another communication.
The Honorable the Speaker, House of Representatives, sir. I hereby submit my resignation from the U.S. House of Representatives effective at 11:59 p.m. on December 31st, 2024. I will take my oath of office to serve as North Carolina Attorney General on January 1st, 2025. It has been an honor to represent the people of North Carolina's 14th Congressional District. Signed sincerely, Jeff Jackson, Member of Congress.
The chair lays before the House a message.
To the Congress of the United States. By this message, I officially inform you of the death of James Earl Carter, Jr., the 39th President of the United States. President Carter was a man of character, courage, and compassion, whose lifetime of service defined him as one of the most influential statesmen in our history. He embodied the very best of America, a humble servant of God and the people, a heroic champion of global peace and human rights, and an honorable leader whose moral clarity and hopeful vision lifted our nation and changed our world. The son of a farmer and a nurse, President Carter's remarkable career in public service began in 1943 as a cadet at the United States Naval Academy. He later served in both the Atlantic and Pacific fleets before becoming a decorated lieutenant and being selected to join the elite nuclear submarine program. After his father died, he shifted from active duty to the Navy Reserve and returned home to Plains, Georgia, to help manage his family's peanut farm. He worked hard stewarding the land while leading his community as a church deacon, Sunday school teacher, and board member of a hospital and library. His deep faith inspired a passion for public service that led him to be elected state senator, Georgia's 76th governor, and ultimately President of the United States. As president, he understood that government must be as good as its people, and his faith in the people was boundless, just as his belief in America was limitless and his hope for our common future was perennial. With President Carter's leadership, the modern Department of Education and the Department of Energy were created. He championed conservation, and his commitment to a more just world was at the heart of his foreign policy. Leading on nuclear nonproliferation, signing the Panama Canal Treaties, and mediating the historic 1978 Camp David Accords, his partnership with Vice President Walter Mondale is one that future administrations strive to achieve. Following his presidency, President Carter advanced an agenda that elevated the least among us, guided by his unwavering belief in the power of human goodness and the God-given dignity of every human being. He worked tirelessly around the globe to broker peace, eradicate disease, house the homeless, and protect human rights, freedom, and democracy. Through his extraordinary moral leadership, President Carter lived a noble life full of meaning and purpose, and as a trusted spiritual leader, he shepherded people through seasons of pain and joy, inspiring them through the power of his example and healing them through the power of his guidance. As we mourn the loss of President Carter, we hold the memory of his beloved Rosalind, his wife for over 77 years, close in our hearts. Exemplifying hope, warmth, and service, she and her husband inspired the nation. The love Rosalind and President Carter shared is the definition of partnership, and their devotion to public service is a definition of patriotism. May President Carter's memory continue to be a light pointing us forward. May we continue to be guided by his spirit in our nation and in our world. Signed sincerely, Joseph R. Biden, Jr., The White House, December 30th, 2024.
Without objection, the chair lays before the House the following resolution.
House Resolution 1626, resolved that the House of Representatives has learned with profound regret and sorrow of the death of James Earl Carter, Jr., 39th President of the United States of America. Resolved that the House tenders its deep sympathy to the members of the family of the former President and their bereavement. Resolved that the clerk communicate these resolutions to the Senate and transmit a copy of the same to the family of the former President. Resolved that when the House adjourns today, it adjourn as a further mark of respect to the memory of the former president.
Without objection, the resolution is agreed to, and the motion to reconsider is laid on the table. The House, and accordingly, pursuant to Section 3Z of House Resolution 5 and pursuant to House Resolution 1626, the House stands adjourned until 11 a.m. on Friday, January 3rd, 2025, as a further mark of respect to the memory of the late Honorable James Earl Carter, Jr., the 39th President of the United States. The House stands adjourned.